Have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Bass in your face. Bass in your face.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Latina Diaspora. For the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with this channel, what we do here is we discuss issues pertaining to Latinos residing in the United States. I want to let everybody know I'm currently live on YouTube and Facebook. I also want to let everybody know that the subscriber mode has been enabled, meaning if you're not a subscriber and if you wish to enter a comment in the chat, you'll need to subscribe to the channel. Of course, I have my main channel, which is called Uncommon Sense with Jose Negro, which we discuss everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions. But not everyone uses logic. So for that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel, as well as those who follow me on social media, as well as those who allow me to enter into your devices and watch from the clouds. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, if you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and set the bell notification to all. So therefore, whenever I do produce content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on playback. Now, originally, this stream was scheduled to go on Thursday night. Okay. But I moved it tonight so I won't conflict with Latin splaining. Okay. So as you can see by the thumbnail, tonight's topic will be role models. So basically what I'll be doing is I'll be discussing, as we're approaching Hispanic Heritage Month, some of the leaders who have been successful in different fields as Latinos. But before we get into the main topic, we're going to have another episode of In My Words. First of all, let me just state, for the next 2 weeks, I will not be doing any lives on this channel. I will be loading shorts. I want to more focus on the main channel. But I will be sharing shorts probably once every other day. But there's been some things that I want to get into before we get into the main topic. One of the issues that unfortunately is what's been happening as far as this election season, okay? First of all, of course, everyone is now aware of the allegations of Haitian immigrants in the city of Springfield, Ohio, capturing dogs, cats, geese, and eating them. Okay. It's disturbing on many fronts. Okay. First of all, it's been proven that story is not truthful, number one, and is based on unwarranted speculation, okay, directed towards the Haitian community. Now, it is unfortunate that we live in a time when people have xenophobic thoughts regarding people who are different. Okay. And of course, when it comes to that type of thinking, the ones that always are the victims are those who are new to this country. Okay. There's been a large influx of migrants, asylum seekers, or people for various reasons have had the need to leave their countries of origin to come to the United States. Okay, I have expressed my opinion many times. Um, we for humanitarian reasons should do what we can to help, but we cannot do more than we're able to. And also, unfortunately, because of this unsubstantiated claim, there have been bomb threats directed towards um, the city of Springfield. And unfortunately, there have been extremists who have appeared in municipal meetings to raise up this rhetoric regarding Haitians allegedly eating cats and dogs. Okay. Also, there have been a lot of memes circulating on TikTok, okay, regarding the same topic. If it wasn't for the threats that the citizens of Springfield have received, um, it would have been huge, okay. But it is unfortunate when you're running for political office that people have to resort to fear mongering in order to get people to vote for them instead of instead of then talking about what is your vision, how you wish to improve things. Don't get me wrong, there are many issues with this country. Okay. Among the issue is the crushing amount of student loan debt. There's also a housing crisis in many cities where affordable housing does not exist. There's also a fentanyl crisis. There's also mental health issues. Um, there are multiple issues that we all face. Unfortunately, we have the situation where one candidate is speaking doom and gloom and wants to look back. We have another candidate who's trying to project a message of hope. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Both these candidates, they have issues. One of the things that does not help it is that when the media does not do its due diligence to hold accountable whenever any candidate makes lies, exaggerations, or unsubstantiated stories. And at the same time, whenever there is issues that are raised regarding candidates, particularly regarding prior actions that they have held, that no one is asking these questions. Now, I'm not saying that the accusations are true or false. What I am saying is people need to ask, the media need to ask these questions, and these people who wish to become president needs to give an accounting. They need to explain themselves. They need to justify whatever actions that they have taken. And this is something that we do not see in corporate media. One of the things I've said before, and I will continue to say, is the following: don't blindly follow a certain candidate. Learn what you can as far as what is their platform, what it is that they state that they want to do. And once you become familiar, then then if you are still able to support these people, I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay. Also, after today, I'm going to try to avoid talking politics until it's time to have the vice president debate between Governor Watts and Senator Vance. And the reason why is when it comes to politics, it can get pretty messy. People tend to be very passionate in what they believe, and sometimes it could get tense. And one of the things I always try to do is to maintain a calm atmosphere where people can express their point of views. And if we disagree, we disagree. As long as we continue to be respectable with whatever we believe. I do get it. Um, at least some of the people who have been my supporters are supporters of Donald Trump. I get it. Okay. And all I'm going to say is that we're going to disagree. All I'm going to say is that do not blindly follow anyone. Try to learn as much as you can about their platforms and be mindful of what they want to do. Be mindful of what their vision. I mean, when everything is said and done, the options that we do have are the following. We could decide not to vote for anyone for president. We can decide to write in our names as a writing candidate. We have the option of voting for a third party candidate, whether it be Conway West, whether it be Bobby Kennedy Jr., or any third party candidate. You can vote for Donald Trump or you can vote for Kamala Harris. Those are the options that we have. How you wish to proceed, that's totally up to you. All that I ask is to keep yourself informed, okay? Don't expect to get a lot of truthful information from corporate media because for what I've seen is that they're not going to hold Donald Trump accountable for his actions, and they're not going to raise certain issues regarding Kamala Harris. So you're gonna have to find your own other sources to get truthful information. So starting next week, I'm going to be talking about different topics, and steering away from politics because I don't want people to get too emotional. That is just my opinion. And with that, we're going to get into the main subject. So as I indicated tonight, I'm going to be discussing those members of the Latino community who have been successful in multiple fields. Now, before I continue, let me just state for the record that the link to join the panel has been pinned. Should anyone wishes to hit that link and express their view regarding the topic, they can do so. Let me make this perfectly clear. If I have never seen you before or heard from you before, I will insist that you come up in the backstage to make sure that no one flashes anything inappropriate, which will cause the people at YouTube to take down the stream. Which, and before I forget, there's one more thing I wish to discuss. Going forward, um, I will request that when it comes to people trying to interact, bringing different topics, is please respect my wishes. If I wish to stay on topic, please respect my wishes. If that's an issue, well, there's other platforms when you can join. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. Just give me a moment. So this article that I'm going to share for you is from the Smithsonian Institution website. Okay, and it's titled Famous Latinos and Latinas. Now, people will use the term Hispanic or Latino interchange. They'll interchange either one of these two terms. I don't have a problem with either one. Okay, I know certain people get hung up if you say the word Latino or you use the word Hispanic. I'm not one of those people. So as you can see here, this is the beginning paragraph. From fighting for justice or being groundbreakers, thinkers, artists, athletes, and more, Latinos and Latinos have been breaking boundaries in the United States for centuries. Check out the information and learn about the famous Latinos and Latinas, from actors to activists. So we're going to begin with the activists. Okay. So okay, let's see. On my left, on my right, my left, we're going to start with Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta. Okay. Instrumental in the civil rights movement, Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta were leaders in the fight against the unfair treatment of farm workers in the United States. In 1962, they founded the National Farm Workers Association, which later merged with other unions to become the United Farm Workers of America. Okay. Now, the next person we're going to talk about is someone named Sylvia Rivera. Okay. Uh, she is a Puerto Rican Venezuelan activist. Sylvia was a loud voice in the fight for gay and transgender communities, criticized racism and economic exclusion within the LGBT community, which it should be the LGBTQI plus community. Okay. Or as I simply refer to it as a community because, excuse me, um, there's so many different letters and sometimes it's kind of hard to remember which one is which. And of course, I don't want to neglect any member of that community. The next person, okay, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the first name. I'm just going to simply say Mr. Martinez. Okay, because they use the male pronouns. So through the forms of art and music, Mr. Martinez fights for his community and grows the conversation around climate, racial, and economic justice. And of course, and we also have the people who serve as pioneers. Dr. Ellen Ochoa uh, flew aboard the Space Shuttle Discovery and became the first Latina to go into space in 1993. Her inspirational journey includes a 30-year career with NASA and serving as Johnson Space Center's first Hispanic director. Okay. Now, many of you may be familiar with the next person, which is Sonia Sotomayor. Born in New York City to Puerto Rican parents, Justice Sotomayor broke boundaries in 2009 when she became the first Latina and the third woman to serve on the Supreme Court of the United States. Okay. Um, so that's a major achievement in any sense. Now the next person we're going to highlight is Luis Alvarez. Uh, as an experimental physicist, Luis Alvarez joined the Manhattan Project in 1943, which is known for producing the first atomic bombs. The transformational scientist went on to win the Nobel Peace Prize in Physics in 1968. Alvarez is also credited in cooperation with his son Walter Alvarez for creating the hypothesis that dinosaurs went extinct 65 million years ago because of an asteroid. Interesting. Now, the next person we're going to highlight is Elena Ross Lehtinen. Born in Kenya, Ross Lehtinen became a trailblazer as the first Latina elected to the U.S. Congress. She served as representative from Florida from 1989 to 2019. I think that was very impressive indeed. And of course, we have entertainers and athletes. Okay. So I'm just trying it. Okay. So the next person we're going to highlight is Lin-Manuel Miranda, who's famous for his role in the play Hamilton. Miranda is an award-winning composer, playwright, and actor known for creating the original star of Broadway's Tony-winning musicals Hamilton and The Heights. He continued to be a leader in the entertainment industry through his involvement in projects such as Disney's Moana and Encanto. Miranda remains active in his efforts to increase representation of people of color. The next person is Meg Medina, and this is her image. The Mercy Suarez Changes Gears author Meg Diaz received a Newbery Medal in 2019 and has shared her writing influenced by her Cuban heritage. Medina currently serves as the National Ambassador for Young People's Literature at the Library of Congress. Through this position, she will engage readers across the country with her platform, Cuéntame, Let's Talk Books. Okay. And of course, many of us, are familiar with Roberto Clemente, no, a famous Puerto Rican player, a baseball player, who played for the Pittsburgh Pirates and actually participated in the 1960 and the 1971 World Series, as well as being an MVP in the 1971 World Series. But let me just share a little bit of a Roberto Clemente Walker played for 18 seasons as a right fielder for the Pittsburgh Pirates and was selected to play in every All-Star game from 1960 to his death, except for the 68 season when he was suffering from shoulder problems. Born in Puerto Rico, he became the first Latin American Baseball Hall of Fame inductee. Outside of baseball, Clemente was known for his humanitarian efforts. In 1972, he died in a plane crash while bringing earthquake relief supplies to Nicaragua. In 1984, a stamp in honor of Clemente contained the first appearance of the Puerto Rican flag on U.S. postage. His dominance in the game and commitment to humanitarian work has made Clemente a beloved athlete and one of the most famous Latinos ever played. And this is the stamp right here. Now, the next person, as we can see the image, is Cheech Marin, a Chicano comedian, actor, musician, activist, and art collector. Cheech Marin gained recognition for the 1970s as part of the comedy duo Cheech and Chong. Today, Marin is a strong advocate for Chicano art. Also, we have military veterans as well. Okay. So the next person I'm going to highlight is Olga E. Custodio. Custodio was born in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and served in the United States Air Force for 24 years. She made history as the first Latina U.S. military pilot. And there's her image. And looks like, well, I don't know what's her rank, but I'm assuming that as a pilot, she has to be at least be an officer. The next person we'll talk about is Macario Garcia. Macario Garcia became the first Mexican national to receive a Congressional Medal of Honor following his heroic efforts during World War II. Garcia bravely fought while being injured to help his fellow soldiers while serving in Germany in 1944. After returning home, he gained his U.S. citizenship and was active in his community and a strong advocate for civil rights. Now, there's been a lot of controversy regarding the Medal of Honor. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar, the Medal of Honor is the highest decoration that any military personnel can gain. And usually what happens is that's gained when you have performed unusually bouts of heroism above that that's expected from a military person. Okay. Now I will be discussing information regarding the Medal of Honor at some point. But just to give you, when it comes to that, first of all, there are certain privileges that are granted for those who are the recipients of the Medal of Honor. First of all, of course, burial at Arlington National Cemetery, number one. Also, one thing that's very unique, okay, as a form of courtesy, anyone that is a recipient of the Medal of Honor, they will receive a salute from anyone, regardless of rank. So basically, you can receive a salute anywhere from a private to a four-star general, or a seaman to a four-star admiral. Okay. I will be discussing this regarding the Medal of Honor because unfortunately there's been a lot of controversy regarding comparing the Medal of Honor with the Medal of Freedom. The Medal of Freedom, that's the highest medal decoration that a civilian can receive. And now we're going to go into entrepreneurs. So this person here is Carolina Herrera. Okay. Raised in Venezuela, Carolina Herrera arrived in the United States with her family in 1980. Inspired by her European travels and attendance at fashion shows, she launched a clothing brand in New York just 1 year later. In 1981, the fashion designer brand continues to be known for its timeless, silent pieces. And then we have Dr. C. David Molina, a physician and entrepreneur. Dr. Molina was a trailblazer in the medical community as the founder of the at Molina Medical Center, now called Molina Healthcare Incorporated. The organization has grown to be a publicly traded Fortune 500 company. And we also have pioneers in naturalists. So the next person I'm going to highlight is Alida Ortiz Sotomayor. And this is her image. Sotomayor had a deep appreciation for the outdoors in her native Puerto Rico. In 1958, she was the first in her family to attend college. And by 1976, Puerto Rico's first woman to earn a marine sciences PhD from the University of Puerto Rico. Alida co-founded and directed the Coastal Marine Biology program at the University of Puerto Rico in Humacao. She became the island's first earth science curriculum for public school and trained many teachers in marine education. As a scientist, she advocated for the preservation of Puerto Rico's marine life. And the next person I'm going to highlight is George Melendez Wright. Okay. The first Salvadorian and Latino in professional role at the United Parks Service was deeply passionate about nature and wildlife. He led wildlife conservation efforts in Yosemite National Park, conducting multiple studies. Fluent in Spanish, he served as a translator for the culture keeper Tortuga Libero at Yosemite. Despite a tragic accident cutting his life short, Melendez Wright's legacy include revolutionizing wildlife conservation and sustainability in our national parks. And we're gonna park it here. So that test gives you like a small sample um, as far as how we have made our mark in multiple fields. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share one more image. Just give me a moment. I'm going to be on for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to start to wrap this up. No, that's not. Okay. Just give me a moment. Um, I'm gonna have to find another time to do streams. Okay. Now this is more okay. this is, as you can see here, uh, Latino has played many roles. Okay, okay. Um, as far as civil rights, of course, I highlighted such figures as Cesar Chavez, Dolores Huerta. Of course, the other um, Latinos, Emma Gonzalez, who was an activist regarding gun control, um, Sylvia Martinez, child advocate for school desegregation, Ralph Lasso, um, regarding prison. Okay. Also regarding in the world of politics, we have several people. Um, one of them um, is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who is representative for New York's 14th congressional district, which I currently live in. Also, Bill Richardson, who was the governor of Arizona, also was a congressperson and ambassador. Also, another representative, Indiana Ross Mitterman. Also, Joseph M. Hernandez, who was a former brigadier general and a representative of Congress. Now, some of these people, I know that they tend to be controversial. I'm not here to talk about anything positive or negative. I'm just simply highlighting um, Latinos who have been successful in different fields. Of course, we have Marco Rubio, senator from Florida. Marquez Martinez, who was the Hot Secretary and Senator. Nadia Velasquez, Congressperson. And then, as far as in the world of sports, some of them are more famous, like Juan Marshall, who was a pitcher, was born and raised from the Dominican Republic. Jose Canseco, who played for the Athletics, Texas Rangers. Nancy Lopez, who was famous as far as the world of golf. Oscar de la Hoya, famous boxer. Pedro Martinez, another who was a pitcher for the Montreal Expos and the Boston Red Sox. So, and as far as in the world art, Frida Kahlo, Jose Bedia, Jose Clemente Orozco. I'm not going to name all of them because it just gives you an idea uh, that we have many people in different fields. So I'm just going to park it here. So as you can see, there are many areas where Latinos have achieved greatness. Okay, and this is something we have to educate ourselves, particularly our youth. Because first of all, our youth need to know the fact there are people who've been successful in multiple fields and multiple areas. Also, we have to make sure that our youth is fully educated regarding their respective cultures. Okay. So at this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start to wrap this up because obviously most of the people are going to catch this on the playback. I just wanted to give you an idea uh, regarding some of the achievements that we have made in Latinos. We have gone a long way, but we do have a lot of barriers to overcome. I do look forward to the day that we will have a Latino serving as either president of the United States or vice president. Okay, I think we're going to see that. The problem is, of course, that whenever anyone is the first person, there is a lot of pressure placed on those individuals, and sometimes the expectation could be overwhelming. Okay, this is something that happened when John Kennedy was running for president in 1960, because he had to deal with a lot of ignorance and the belief that a Catholic cannot be president without having to, have take their orders from the Vatican. And when Barack Obama um, ran for president back in 2008, uh, a lot of people could not accept the fact that a person of color um, can become president. He did, and Barack Obama was president for 8 years. And amongst the achievements, of course, is the Affordable Care Act and the fact that we did capture Osama bin Laden, and the capture did occur under his watch. Now we have the situation where Kamala Harris, after being the first female and also the first female of color, as far as being mixed to be vice president, now she's aspiring to become the first female president. Okay. And of course, there are many people who do not feel comfortable with a woman being president because of their own individual insecurities and outrageous perspectives regarding them. And of course, they made a lot of accusations, which I'm not going to repeat here. Of course, time will tell what will happen, whether or not she will become elected, and then time we have to wait. We have to wait years uh, after her term in the White House to do a proper assessment regarding whether or not her administration was successful. So, with that being said, um, I'm gonna be live Monday night at 10 o'clock, and I'm gonna be talking about um, patience, a Christian perspective. So obviously, I'm gonna be using look at it through a Christian sense, and I'm going to be sharing scripture, okay? But I get it that not everyone is a Christian and not anyone is going to fully understand. I'm not saying that to question anyone's intelligence. It's just that I have to deal with the fact that there are people that hold different beliefs, okay? So I'm going to do my best to try to illustrate it without being condescending or trying to be too preachy. But in any case, after the stream is over, of course, you're more than welcome to enter whatever comments regarding the topic. Well, I will ask that you do keep it respectable, because any comments that are not respectable it's going to be deleted. Okay. So just as a reminder, um, for the next 2 weeks, I will not be doing any streams on this channel. I will be at producing shorts. But in any case, I do appreciate your indulgence. I also appreciate your participation. Okay. So, with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up and I'm just going to say, enjoy the rest of your weekend. May you have a wonderful weekend and get ready for the new week with all its challenges and pleasant surprises. So, with that being said, this has been another episode of Latino Diaspora. And I just want to say thank you very much. Take care and peace.
Strong.